Hi boss, how are you doing now? Good evening, how's everything? Sorry I was not able to come up with this video earlier because I've been busy since morning with some stuff and I don't know. Honestly, I did not see this coming. I never thought it's going to take me much time like this. So alright, let's start from the beginning of the project. So this is the project bash. Okay, loop conditioner and passing. One thing you should know is that you know what bash is actually all about, right? So bash is just like the interface between user and the operating system. So most especially in Linux, let's say kernel of operating system, bash is just like the interface whereby you tell bash what you need to do. Bash will pass your information like your instruction to the operating system, then operating system will now execute your commands, then it will now give you your expected output if your command is actually correct. So that's what bash basically do. So right, there's a lot of things we can do with bash, just like you can do pwd with bash, which is going to give you your working directory. You can do cd to any directory you want, so to any directory you want, or get out of the directory. You can use touch to create a file. You are able to create a file, then you can use vi to do something. There's a lot of things you can do. You can use clear to clear your to play your bash screen, then you can use reset and some other stuff like that. So then you can use rm to remove whatever you want to remove. So then these are the basic commands you've already familiarized yourself with in the bash. So now, without wasting much of our time, I just want to walk you through this bash loop and condition passing. Actually, I myself, I didn't actually know much about it before the project, so it was even during the project I got to do some research about it, and I understand better, even though I'm still a little bit confused about how some stuff works out there. So now let's start from the first one. These are the provided resources. You are expected to look into them. So let's start from the first one, the shell. You know how to install shell check. You can install shell check using the shell check command, sudo apt install shell check or something. So this is sshRSA I don't think it's needed of me to explain this particular task because I think by this time you might have already do justice to it. Then you find out. Either I use GUI, just like the one I use GUI in my own case too. So I use GUI. So okay, this is even my okay, let me search it here. See, this is my putty. So this is my putty. See, this is my putty keygen. This is the keygen that I use to that generates a key pair for me. So this putty generator that I use. See, so all you have to do is just to click on this button, generate, then it generates key for you. So I believe by now you must have done justice to it already. So either you use the command line method or you use the GUI method. So then let's just move to the first task, which is task number 1. So this task number 1 is require you to write a bash script that display best school, right? So 10 times. And actually we are asked to look into the what's m actually mean. So okay, before we look into that, let's just start with this. So then the name of our file should be this. Okay, let me quickly create a directory. Let me just say Christmas, then let me cd into Christmas. So then let me create these scripts. So this is the script. Then first of all, I need to write my shebang and I need to give it a directory. So I want to start from the user directory, then from user to the bin, then from the bin to bash. And we have been instructed not to use it directly like this because we writing this, first of all, when the script execution starts, it starts from the beginning, from the top of the file. So you giving it shebang means you are telling it the directory in which you want to, you are telling it the file that you want to execute your file with. Like, you know, everything is a file in Linux, so even this script you are writing, it's a specific file that's going to execute it before you get your expected outcome. So now you need to give a directory, you need to provide the directory to the file you want to be the one to execute your script. So now in this case, now if I should put /usr/bin/bash, it means that I'm telling my my operating system that it should look into it to start from the USR. So then from the USR it will go to bin. So inside the bin it will find bash. So I want bash to execute my my script. So let me just show you something quickly. Let's close up this file. So cd, you see, then I want to cd into, you know, I've cd into /, then I want to cd into USR. So I'm now into USR. Can you see right here? So cd into bin. See, I'm now into /usr/bin. So let's do ls. It will list up series of executable file. See, do you see? So it will list up. Let me do ls and grep it into bash. So you see, these are the this is the bash that's going to execute my script. Do you see? So this bash is actually a file, but it's not an ordinary file. It's an executable file built in. It is already built in with the Linux operating system. So in this case now, it will be this is the file that's going to execute my script. That's why I provided that was why my shebang is /usr/bin/bash, because I'm giving it a directory to this bash. So that's what I was basically doing. So let me cd back. I think you understand what I'm just trying to say. Let me cd back into where I was. Sorry. Okay, cd into Christmas. Okay, vi. So now this is basically what I was doing. So I'm telling my my operating system that it should look into from / to USR to bin, then it should pass my script to bash. So now once it passes my script to bash, I need to give it a series of information that I want to execute. So then they said we should write a bash script. We should write a bash script that displays best school 10 times. So if you check, and they said we must use for loop and while loop and until are forbidden. Then if you check from the resources being provided for us, you see series of methods you can use with for loop. Okay, I think I looked up to, I did more research on how it actually works, because I don't think the resources they provided for loop is enough for you to do the for loop assignment. So then I found out that okay, this is syntax for you using for loop. Actually, there's you know, one thing about Linux operating system like the bash is that there is always multiple way of doing some things. Like if you want to do a particular thing, there's always multiple, more than enough way of doing that particular thing. So just find anyone that is easier for you, then follow it and keep practicing it. And one of the things we are requested to do in this project is to give the instruction, like we should give documentation for our script. So let me just say these scripts do this and do that. So then okay, the method I like using just like the number one we usually use in C, which is we just use I, but in this certain case the parentheses will be double, so it will be double open and double close parentheses, and there should always be a space between your stop. So I'm not saying 0 I equal to 0. I want to use I, then while I is less than 10, so I want to increment my I plus plus, then so, and the syntax for using for loop unlike in C, so you can just put your command just below the for loop, or you can put parentheses braces, then you put the series of your command inside parentheses inside the braces. But in the case of this one, you have to open it and close it with do and done. So do you understand? So your command should be inside between do and done. So I want to echo, what do I want to echo? I want to echo best school. I want to echo best school. So I want to echo best school. Okay. Then in the case of bash, there's no need to to end your statement with semicolon. No. So then I want to echo best school. Then done. That's the only thing I want to do. So let me just put done. So that's all. Then I want to close it up. Let me just say okay. Let me just okay plus now. Sorry, boss. Okay, sorry that I have to cut short. So then my attention was actually engaged. Sorry. Okay, so now we've printed what you are expected to print, and I think it's 10 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So then this one is done. So let's shell check. Shell. Okay. Shell check. Sorry. Shell check. So I'm checking it. Okay, it's actually okay. Sorry. Okay, the shelf check is actually okay with our file. Then let's move to the next one. Yeah, we were tasked to write a bash script that display best school 10 times, and in the previous case we were asked to use for loop while by we were asked to use while loop. Then okay, let's use while loop, but then you should know that it's not as if okay, you should know that it's not as if just not trying to explain everything deeply, but I've done some research on it earlier, and earlier than okay, I think I didn't finish explanation on this. Sorry. Okay, I was explaining that if I should put something like this. I was actually telling my bash to my what does it call again, Steph? My operating system to look into this directory and make bash file to execute my file. But what if bash is not actually in the best position to execute your file? So now if that should be the case, or bash is even or there's another alternative to bash and they are more easier to find than bash, or maybe they are also bash but not just ordinary bash, then that's why we need to access our environmental. This is the path to environmental. This is the env that stores our environmental variable. So I want to pass the word bash to my environmental file. So this is my environmental file that stores the environmental variable. So environmental variable knows all the path where all our this thing is being resided on. So it will help us look for any file that contain bash, so then it will pass our script to it. Do you understand? So that's the reason why we are alternatively using env instead of just bash. So then in the second line we need to put the DOS string here. Okay, we need to put the comments like this file do this blah 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 blah. So then in the third line, then we start with the main program. So then you are expected to just do some research. I think you should understand that ALX material is not always enough for the task being given to us, so one should not depend on ALX material. So actually, if you know Jig4Jig website, they are actually in the best position of anything that has to do with operating system and data structure and algorithm. So I think I look up to them, then I check the documentation on how to using while loop. Then I decided to just use the one I'm okay with. So now to use while loop, just like in normal C programming language, if you want to use while loop with actually a variable, then you must have declared a variable earlier. So in this case now, this is my variable and my variable is equal to I, and you should know in bash you are not expected to put any space between your variable and the value. So now this is my I is equal to 1. Then I want to use while my I. So then you should know I need to expand my I, because my I is not just ordinary I, it's a variable. So it is a variable, so I need to expand it. So then that's why I put this $sign just behind it. So then there's let's check the comparison operators. So I want to compare, like I want to do while I is less than 10, right? So there's a lot of things you can just do less than operator, less than or equal to, like less than or equal to, like this, or you can just do something like this. That is dash lt, it means less than. So I think, okay, this is where it is. See that lt, that means is less than. So while my I is less than what is less than yeah, am I supposed to call it 11 or 10? I think I'm supposed to call it 10. This is going to start from the 0, so 0 to 9 is going to be 10. So then I'll close my my square brackets. So then when I close my square bracket, then that's when I now put my command. So in this case now I want to do low. So I want to echo what do I want to echo? I want to echo best school, right? So I want to echo best school in 10 times. Then I put my best school. Then you should know for every loop there should always be an incrementation. So here I want to increment my I want to use I plus plus, and this is the normal syntax for incrementing of while loop in bash. But I think you know, I told you there's a different way, there are many ways of doing a particular thing in bash, right? So I think apart from this just I plus plus together with double parentheses, there are some other ways, but this is just the one I prefer to use. So then let's close our file, and then makes our file executable, this plus x. So then let's execute our file. See, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, we are done with that. Actually we get the result. Then in this place now we are asked to do the same thing, but we should use until. What ALX are actually trying to do is that they want you to get familiar with not just one way of doing something, like different way of doing a particular thing. So you using a loop, you can use for loop, you can use while loop, you can also use until in bash. So they just want you to get familiar with for loop, while loop, and the same thing applicable with to until. Then you can use until. In this place now I want to use until, then my shebang VSR bin m bash, then my blah 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 blah. Then this is where the command started. And the syntax for until is, let me just say, a variable. You now say first of all you need to declare a variable, then you need to initialize a variable to a particular value. Let's say you declare a variable equal to let me just say 3 in this case. Then you now do until, just like it's more or less like a while loop, but I think there are some different. So now just do until. So the moment you do until, you give it a double this thing. So then you give it your variable. Why you now say until your variable is this, then you want to do this. Do you understand? Like let's say until okay, until I'm satisfied with my knowledge, I want to keep learning. She will get, you know, definitely that learning will definitely become a loop. It will something you'll be doing continuously. You understand? Like, okay, let's assume you are eating now until you are satisfied, until your stomach, your belly is full. Then you want to keep eating, and you know, eating means that you are dipping a spoon into the food and you are taking it into your mouth. So you'll be doing that thing continuously. So that's a loop. So your loop will be continuing until the condition is satisfied. So then let's say in this case now, sorry, instead of using VAR here, I use 3. Okay, let me just change this one to 0, because I would love my distance to start from 0 to make it easier. So until my VAR is equal to 10, then I want to keep doing something. Do echo, then echo best school. Then while echoing my best school, then I want to do something else. So I want to echo best school. Then I would like to increment my listing as usual. Do you understand? Then I would like to increment it like okay, my VAR. So sorry, I'm used to using I in the C++. Then sorry, VAR++. Then done. Then close my file. Then make everything executable. Then let me execute my then fine, perfect. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Good. Then we are good to go. So in this place now, I want to use they said we should write a bash script that display best score 10 times, and but in the 9th iteration display best score then display I. Do you understand? Just display HI on a new line. So then they said we must use while loop because for and until are forbidden, and we must use if statement. Okay, I think since we've used while loop, you definitely got familiar with while loop. So in this case now we are introducing ourselves to use statements. So first of all, we start with shebang, then bash. So then our documentation blah blah blah. So then we are starting with a declaration of a variable is equal to 0. Then while our variable, so while our variable is less than dash lt 10. So while our variable is less than 10, closing our this thing, then we want to do something. So and we want to get something done. So now between do and done, what do we want? We want to print what? We want to echo best school, right? So we want to echo best school. So then we want to check a condition, like we want to know the moment our VAR is equal to 9. So because they say on the 9th iteration, right? So the moment our VAR is our I is equal to 9, so we want to do something. We want to print we want to do something. What do we want to do? We want to print I. So now the syntax for using if is okay. Let me say you use if, then square open and close square bracket. So between your open and close square bracket, that is when you check your condition, right? So you now say the variable which is I. So just I, when I, if I is equal to what? Is equal to 9. But I think this is wrong because we are not starting from 1, right? We are starting from 0, and on the 8th iteration, that is when it will be equal to 9. You understand? So it should be equal to 8, right? Okay. If I is equal to 8, then, because in bash they use then, so then it's just like then and fi is just like a open and closes braces in C. So we use then. You want to echo what? Echo I. Then when you are done echo I, what else do you want to do? That's all, right? Then you close it with what? With fi. You understand? Then when you close it with fi. So but you shouldn't understand that you need to increment your I, right? So we want to increment our I. So when you are done with incrementing our I, what do you think is the next thing? Nothing again. We are done. So then we are done. So because just if this statement is just like open and beginning and end of each statement in our while loop, so this is the main content of the while loop. I mean the black area starting from here to done. So then let's try and execute our file and see what is going to be our output. So let's make it executable. A plus x. Okay, let me do this again. Then let me execute my well, that's good. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So on my 9th iteration, so it display best school. So on this is night iteration, so it displays the school, then it will now display I. So because I use a condition, then it displays my last iteration, then my I was equal to 10, then the loop got finished. So there's something I actually want to do on my bash shell. Instead of me typing gmod so blah 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 every time to execute my this thing, let me just quickly push the put this into my bash rc. Let me put it into my bash rc so that it will make the work easier. I will make the work easier for myself. Okay, let me put it in one of my aliases. Let me add it to my alias. Let me just make it xx. Okay, so my xx is going to be, whenever I type xx, is going to be change mode, so a plus I should make it xa. Where is my x again? Plus again, a plus x, then all file. So let me make it xa, so that instead of me typing all this nonsense, I'll just type sa and it will be interpreted to. Let me close it again. So I need to source it. Let me sort my bash rc. So my bash rc has got affected. So let me see it back into the Christmas. So now once I type sa, it will be equal to what I typed earlier. So then it will execute. It will make all my file executable. So let's do the next one, and after we are done with this one, next one we just test what we just did with I don't know, is this thing still recording? Yes, it's still recording. Okay, this one, right? So in the number 5th one, we have to write a script that loop from 1 to 10. Okay, in the 4th iteration we want to print bad log. In the 8th iteration we want to print good log, and in the rest we want to print best school. So I think in this case now we are going to use if else if and else, right? Because we just want to check two condition. So it will now be then my shebang. Okay, so let me click on this thing. Okay, my shebang slash us slash bin slash env, then bash, then my blah blah blah, then my okay, let me make it 1. So my variable is not equal to 1. So while my variable is less than 11, so then I want to do something, and I want to get something done, right? So now I want to do something. So if my variable I is equal to what? Is equal to 4, right? Is equal to 4, sorry. So is equal to 4, then I want to then I want to echo something. So I want to echo something. I want to echo bad luck. So may God forbid bad luck. I want to echo bad luck, but elif just like in what is it called again? I don't even forget this thing. But I can do from Charlie. Okay, number. So number. Okay. Sorry boss. So now else if my my variable is equal to 8, right? Then I want to do something. Then I want to do something. I want to echo good log. Else, so else. Okay, alright, let's go. Okay, sorry. Okay, else I want to do something else. I want to always print best school. So then I need to end my if statement with fi. I think I'm done. So sorry, I'm not done. I need to increment my I plus plus. So I think we are done here. Okay, let's check it out. Let's check if we are done. Okay, oh yeah, now let's text this thing. You see, so my file has already became executable. Wow. Okay, now let's check it out if it's actually correct. So this is the first one, second one, third one. In the fourth one, okay, in the fourth one now it prints bad luck, just like we are requested. So 5th, 6th, 7th. So in the 8th one now, so in the 8th one it prints good luck. So then 9th and 10th. So then we are actually correct. And okay, let's check the next one. So in this case now, they said we should write a bash script that displays number from 1 to 20, then displays 4, and then bad luck for the 4th loop iteration. Then on the 9th loop iteration, so now okay, so on the 9th loop iteration we want to display 9, then bad luck from Japan, and on the 7th iteration we want to display bad luck from Italy on the 7th iteration. And then we were asked to use we asked not to use anything other than any other loop apart from while loop, yes, and we must use case. Do you understand? So we must use case. You know, even in C programming language we have case, right? So but sorry, my attention got caught, then I have to leave. So sorry boss. Okay, then let's continue from this number 6. Let's copy it, the name of our file. So they said we should write a bash script that display blah 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 blah. Okay, and in this case now we need to use case. So then since you've gotten the hint that you should use case, then you need to look up, you need to make a search on how to use case. Probably if you know YouTube is your best friend, or if Google is your best friend, or whatever is your best friend, just make a search. You shouldn't be told to do that anymore, because you've gotten you that you started ALS from the beginning and you've gotten to this extent, you should know how you do your stuff. So then beginning with my shebang, then bash, then my document blah blah blah. Then okay, now I need to begin with declaration of a variable, because we want to start with while loop, because you should know that this is actually a loop, right? And we've been instructed to use while loop. So I need to start with declaration of a variable, with the variable that I'm going to use inside my while loop. So now while my variable is what is less than 21, because we are to iterate from 1 to 20, right? So since I started from 1, so while my variable is less than 21, because 20 is less than 21, right? Then I want to do something, so I want to get something done. Then what do I want to do? First of all, I need to print I want to print something. I want to print I, because you know, in the first case my I is 1, then I want to print 1, I want to print 2, I want to print 3, and whenever I got to 4, I want to print this, and when I go to 9, and when I go to 17, I want to print something, and I was asked to use case. So then I need to print echo. I want to print echo, then my I. So I want to print echo, then my I, and then you should, then as we are expected to just look up to whatever you think is your best friend to check out to use case. So now case, this is how case is being used. So first of all, you need to declare a case keyword. So now you need to pass a parameter to case, sorry, a variable to case, and in this case now our variable is I, then in, because we want to check a lot of conditions, so you need to give it an in. So now the next thing now will now be your condition, and you should make sure your condition is always in the same line together with case. So now in condition whereby my I is equal to something, so I want to do something. So in the condition whereby my I is equal to 4, this is my condition, so I want to do something. So I want to do something, I want to echo something. When my I is equal to 4, I want to go in, I want to execute bad luck from China. So, and one thing, but in your case condition, you should always end it with close parenthesis. So if, actually this is my first time, this is the first time in my life that I will see something being ended with close parenthesis, yes, with close parenthesis without opening parenthesis. But boss, things is up for this life. So then after whatever you want to do, you need to give it a double semicolon. That's all. So with this now you've declared the first condition. This is the first condition. So this is the main condition. This is what you want to execute with the with when the condition is being satisfied. So, and this is the declaration of the end of the first condition, which is double semicolon. So then I want to check for another condition, which is going to be 9. Then so on the 9th I want to echo something, bad luck from Japan, bad luck from Japan. Then this is the end. So then in the last condition, which happened to be 17, I want to do something. I want to echo what do I want to echo? I want to echo bad luck from Italy. I don't know why. Is it that these people are wishing these people bad luck or something? So then I end my condition, and for in any time you use case, just like when we use while, we need to start all the beginning of our why statement with do and end it with done. So your case starts with actually the case keyword, and it ends with ISAC keyword. So ISAC is the case in reverse order. Sure, you understand. So ISAC is the is just a case in reverse order. Just like in if statement, you know, when you are ending your if, you end if with fi. So it's fi is just if in reverse order. So then this is all. Wait, oh, this is not all. Yes, we've not increment our I plus. Yes. So let's check it out. So let's do XA, then let's execute my file. Then 1 2 3, when it's 4, print bad luck for China. When it's 10, print bad luck from Japan, just like this. When it's 18, then it prints bad luck from Italy. Then at the number 20 we got it done. Thanks to God. So then let's move to the next one. In this place now we were asked to print something. We are asked to use double loop, because I said we should write a bash script that displays 12 hours and 59 minutes. So the hour will be handled with a particular loop, while the 59 minutes will be handled with a particular loop. They said we should display hours from 0 to 12, and we should display the minutes from 1 to 59, and they said we must use while loop. It is well. So you said note that this is in this example we only display this 417 line. That's why the pipe is into head. So that's why the pipe is into head. So they just will display the first 17 line. So now let's copy the name of our file, 7 o'clock. Then yeah, 7 o'clock. So then let's start with our shebanga dash m, then dash, then our interest, blah blah blah. Then declaration of our variable, which is going to be 0, because we want to start with 0 to what is it, to 12, right? Because 12 is the maximum hours we do have in a day. So then my I is less than what is less than 12. No, it should be less than 13. Yeah, it's less than 13 because I want it to start with 12. So I want it to start from 0 to 12. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 12 is less than 13. So and that hour will start from 12. So then do something, get something done. Then I want to do something and get something done. So then we have actually undid the outer loop, which is going to be for the hours, which is going to start the hour, which is going to start printing hour from 0 now to 12. So then we want to echo it. So we haven't echoed it yet. So echo it. Yes, our hour is going to start from hour equal to 0. Hour, so hour is now equal to my variable, the value of my variable now. So now my hour is going to be start from the 0. So now if we just do this, let's do this and let's close it like this and make our file executable make our file executable. Then let's run it. I made a mistake of not implement my clock. So let me implement my clock sharp. Then okay, see, start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now we are done with our now let's implement the minutes. So to implement minutes, we need to use loop as usual. So our loop is going to, we need to declare another variable for the minutes. So then what's wrong with you? Our variable, which is j, is what is less than is it 60? Yes, 60. Wait, oh no, okay, it's less than 60. Yes, it's less than 60, but we are not expected to start from 0. We are expected to start from 1 because there's nothing like 0 minute, but there's nothing like 0 hour. Sure, you get. So there's nothing like 0 minute. So we are starting from 1 to 59. So 1 to 59. Then we are even instructed to. So then we want to do something and we want to get something done. You know that my do and done and the same line, right? So what do I want to do? I want to echo my j, then I want to implement it. So my j pass. Then I think I'm sorry. Yeah, make it like this. Okay, let me execute it. Nice one. Okay, let me pipe it into less. Let me pipe it into less so that we'll be able to see it very well. So this is it. It's all starting from our 0 hour. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when it gets to 59, just look down here, just see down here. So you see it gets 59, then blam, our hour is now equal to 1. So the moment our hour is equal to 1, it will keep incrementing. So when it's equal to 59 and 59 again, our hour will be 2, then our hour will be 3, our hour will be 4, our hour will be 5, our hour will be 6, 7, 8, 9, then 10, 11, 12. So that is the last hour. So this is the end of the list. So let me pipe it into it just like the way they did, instead of piping into head 70. Oh no, let's print the first 60. Oh no, let's print 62. See, so our hour starts from 0. So when it gets to 59, the minute gets to 59, then our hours became 1. Then it's continue. So we are done with this senior man. So let's check for this. Okay, now in this, the service should write a bash script that displays the content of a current directory in list format, and we are on the only part of the matter, blah 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 blah. We have to use follow. Oh, okay. It's actually 7:08. I have not prayed and I have to pray. Sorry, and it's the time for prayer has already passed, so I need to get more skills. Sorry. Don't worry if you don't understand this remaining part. I can do another video subsequently, just to try as much as possible to explain it the way I can. So boss, now anyhow it is now, we'll still be in touch. Thank you very much, and take care of yourself.